the Doncaster Cup during the St Ledger Festival. Among other notable offspring of Winkfield were the filly Valenza, born 1898, who won Epsom's Coronation Cup, and Bachelor's Button, born 1899, who won 16 races, including the Doncaster Cup, the Ascot Gold Cup, Newmarket's Champion Stakes, the Ascot Gold Phase twice. Another horse bred much later in this stud farm was called Key Main, and he was sold from the stud when J.C. Sullivan died in 1948 at the age of 92. He won the 2,000 guineas in 1951, among other notable races. And a zoom in on that picture shows us, that's the church window there in Kilberry that you see here. And just over the barn roof you can see the crucifix on the front of Kilberry Church. I'll also say that the Kilberry to Navan Road is just behind this building, but this building on the far side of the road is actually still part of the stud. This was the stallion yard for the stud over there. I think that part of that shed may still be there in Meath Farm Machinery. Also at Sullivan's Stables was a photo of this horse, among many photographs taken of horses there. So I think I can actually have been able to name this horse as the famous Winkfield, as his description was given as follows. Winkfield is a very massive type of the long, low thoroughbred, possessing great substance and standing close to the ground on a set of wonderfully flat legs, a liver chestnut in colour, with a blazed face and 3 of his legs stockinged. Now I can't be 100% sure, but that certainly covers this horse's appearance. I even counted that he is 19 bricks and mortar tall, and that measures up to a horse of 15 3 hands high, and he was recorded as measuring exactly that. So I'm fairly happy it's likely to be An injury to his shoulder cut his active racing career short, but he was even more successful at stud. This is Babes Bridge, with Jack, Agnes there first, and then Jack Hanley admiring it. I love these photographs of a snowy day out. Weren't they brave getting out into the snow on foot in probably very unsuitable footwear and long clothes which must have gotten so sodden along the bottoms. Here they are at Babes Bridge. Again, the photo is a little worse for wear, but still worth seeing all the same. When you look at that river, you can see how still it is. It almost looks frozen. Maybe it is. It's a very cold day. So that's Babes Bridge, which of course has recently just been restored, hopefully for many, many years to come. And here they are again on the same day, presumably, at Rowley's Loch, later or locally called Moran's Loch. Rowley's Loch became known locally as Moran's Loch sometime after the marriage of Edward Moran to Anne Markey in 1898. Anne Markey was the niece and goddaughter of Mrs. Mary Dowdall, nee Duffy, and her husband, Mr. Alexander Dowdall. They were the lock keepers here at the time of this photo. Anne was reared with them in this lock house, and her husband, Edward Moran, moved in with them after their marriage. In the 1901 census, the Dowdalls and the Morans are all living together in the lock house, along with 2 of the Moran daughters, Catherine and Mary, as just infants. I think it's interesting how the top half of the door is open, even on such a cold day, in this really lovely and unusual photo. I guess I had to keep an eye on the river all the same. And here they are again at Ruxton's Loch, Jack and Agnes getting nearer to home. And such a beautiful and atmospheric photo. So I'll say thank you and leave you to have a look at them there. Thank you very much.